today we are going to do the recap of the chapter motion. So in the chapter motion, so we are going to do the whole recap of the chapter. So there we will start by looking the definition of the motion. So what is the definition of the motion? So the definition of the motion is moving bodies changes their position with time. With like means the two distance is there, changing their distance on a particular amount of time. एक particular amount of time में distance change करना is known as motion. So motion can be of two points, like two types: uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion, body cover equal distance in equal time interval. एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम में एक पर्टिकुलर डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड इज नोन एज यूनिफॉर्म मोशन. नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन, बॉडी travels unequal distance in equal interval of time. like एक ही पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम में अनइक्वल मतलब अलग अलग टाइप ऑफ डिस्टेंस जो लेंथ है वो ट्रेवल करती है. एंड motion one more definition is change in motion is taken with the respect of an object at rest which is referred as a reference point. like अगर यहाँ से from a tree to my house a man is walking there in between, so I will take the tree as the reference point. The tree is the reference point. And now we will talk about distance and displacement. So distance is the length of an actual path traveled by an object. Distance एक length होती है, एक ऑब्जेक्ट ने जो लेंथ ट्रेवल करी है उसको हम डिस्टेंस बोलते हैं. डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज द शॉर्टेस्ट लेंथ बिटवीन इनिशियल एंड फाइनल वेलोसिटी ऑफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट. लाइक जो सबसे छोटा डिस्टेंस होगा बिटवीन टू ऑब्जेक्ट उसको हम डिस्प्लेसमेंट बोलते हैं. Distance, it is a scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity means distance has no direction, उसमें direction verify नहीं करना होता है. But displacement is a vector quantity in that we have to do that tell the direction. It remains positive, can't be zero or negative. लाइक डिस्टेंस हमेशा पॉजिटिव होगा, प्लस में होगा. क्या तो आप डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल कर रहे हो तो आप प्लस में करोगे, ऐसा थोड़ा है कि आप -2 मीटर आपने डिस्टेंस कवर करा है या फिर आपने 0 मीटर डिस्टेंस कवर करा है. इफ यू ट्रेवल 0 मीटर देन इट विल बी रेस्ट, तो वो तो ऑटोमेटिकली रेस्ट में आ जाएगा. सो डिस्टेंस ऑलवेज इज इन पॉजिटिव, इट कांट बी नेगेटिव और बी जीरो. And displacement can be either positive and can be either negative also or zero also. like displacement तो positive भी हो सकता है and negative भी हो सकता है and zero also. like अगर I travel from this point and then come again to this point, then my displacement will be zero. yeah, so distance can be equal to the displacement or it's greater than the displacement. डिस्टेंस हमें कभी भी डिस्प्लेसमेंट से छोटा नहीं होगा बिकॉज डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज द शॉर्टेस्ट लेंथ बिटवीन द इनिशियल एंड फाइनल ऑब्जेक्ट. सो हाउ कैन इट विल बी इक्वल? लाइक टेक दिस इज द डिस्टेंस, अ लाइन A to B, this is the distance, and this is also the displacement then because it is a line. So this is distance and this is also displacement, so it can be equal. Displacement can be equal to distance or lesser than the distance. I have just told you now that. Now let's move to speed and velocity. So what is speed? The distance traveled by an moving object per unit time is called speed. एक particular amount of time में जो बॉडी है वो कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करती है, इट्स नोन एज स्पीड. वेलोसिटी, द डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड बाय एन मूविंग ऑब्जेक्ट इन अ पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन पर यूनिट टाइम इज कॉल्ड its velocity. like speed and velocity is very related. The only in this velocity the direction is changed. like it is a vector quantity, velocity is a vector and speed is a scalar quantity. So that is the main difference. So now how to find speed? So for finding average speed, our formula is total distance upon total time. And for finding velocity, it is total displacement upon total time. So this is the formula, and now let's move ahead. So our next topic is accelerated motion. So it is just talking about acceleration. It is the accelerated motion is a motion with changing velocity. Like agar now I am traveling with 20 meters per minute, and if I go to from 20 I go to if 40 meters per minute, then 20 meters per minute will be my acceleration. So this is the formula to find the acceleration. Final velocity divided by time is known as acceleration. Change in velocity upon timetable. Like change in velocity क्या थी 20 meters per second, और टाइम हमने जो लिया था वो हम करेंगे, then we will get the acceleration. Acceleration is measured by meter square. Like I written here meter square. The magnitude of the velocity changes, the direction of the motion changes. So now we will have some questions based on displacement, speed and velocity. So our first question, it is from displacement, that find the displacement of this figure. So we have to find the displacement of this figure. So we have to go, this is our distance, but we have to find this displacement. So for finding displacement, what is our formula? So let's recall what is the formula. The formula is AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square की जो AC square है वो हमें फाइंड करना है. This is ABC, but we have to find this AC square. Okay. So for finding AC square, which is AB square is 3 and BC square is 4. It is equals to 3 का square is 9 and 4 का square is 16, which is equals to 25. And what is the root square of the 25? 5 5s are 25, and the root square will be 5 meter. So 5 meter will be AC square will be equal to 5 meter. So let's move to next question. So our next question for average speed is, suppose a truck travels 60 kilometers in first hour and 80 kilometers in second hour. What is the average speed of the truck? So the average formula for average speed is total distance upon total time. And what is the total distance we have? Total distance is 60 plus 80, and total time 1 hour plus 1 hour, which is equals to 140 divided by 2 hours, which is equals to 70 kilometer an hour. So this is the answer given here. So let's move to next question. So next question is again from average speed. A car travels 32 kilometers during the first 2 hours, then it travels 13 kilometers in the next hour. What is the average speed of the car? Average speed formula is TD upon TT, which is equals to 32 plus 13 divided by 2 hour plus 1 hour, which is equals to 45 divided by 3, which is equals to 15 kilometers an hour. So let's move to the last question. The last question is our velocity question. How far does Bob run if he maintains an average velocity of 3 meters for 10 seconds? Like इसमें हमको जो distance है वो find करना है. By the velocity is given 3 meters per second for 10 seconds. Like 3 meters multiply by 10 and 30 meters. So the Bob will travel 30 meters. So easy peasy. So now if you understand the concept, so please like our video, subscribe our channel, and for more such videos press the bell icon, and you can see our motion series and our cell chapter series also, and we have published a new video on the black hole. You can see that also. Until then, take care and have your studies going on. Jai Hind, Jai Hind.